Moving to Toronto from Edmonton. What are the pros and cons? Well, I spoke to somebody from Ontario and she gave me 5 things she loved about living in Edmonton and 5 things she missed about Ontario. My client and my new friend Melanie, who is from Ontario and also lived in Toronto, let me in on what she loved about living in Edmonton and also what she missed about living in Ontario when she was living here. So if you're thinking of moving from Toronto or Ontario to Edmonton, this video could be pretty helpful. But before we get started, go ahead and click that subscribe button and that little bell so you don't miss out on videos I post weekly. First up, let's talk about the cons, the 5 things she missed about Ontario when she lived here in Edmonton. Number 1, the Great Lakes and beaches. I can see why, because it's really not that easy to find a good lake with a nice beach close to Edmonton. Number 2, proximity to the US for shopping and road trips. Fair enough, the nearest US border from Edmonton is a 6-hour drive. Number 3, friends and family. Now this is completely understandable. Even though she met new friends here, family and the familiarity you have with your old friends is irreplaceable. Number 4, having lots of places to visit within a 2-hour drive. Well, if you're in Edmonton, Red Deer is less than 2 hours away. But other than that, you're gonna have longer than a 2-hour drive to find other things to do that aren't in Edmonton and surrounding communities. And number 5, familiarity. There's definitely a learning curve when you go anywhere new. Things just aren't familiar, but if you take the time to figure things out, things are sure to become familiar in no time. Okay, so moving on to the 5 pros about living in Edmonton from Toronto. Number 1, the Anthony Henday. That's our ring road. You gotta check out my video on living inside and outside the Anthony Henday. But anyway, if you're near the Anthony Henday, she liked that you could get anywhere in basically 20 minutes. Number 2, being close to the Rocky Mountains. Now, I guess if you're from Ontario, we are close to the Rocky Mountains, but it's still a 4-hour drive. Number 3, the Edmonton River Valley. This is also one of my favorite things about Edmonton. With 160 kilometers of maintained pathways and 20 parks within the river valley, there's so much to do and explore. And a good bonus for me and her is that many of the parks in the river valley are off leash. Number 4, amazing healthcare. She says it's far superior than the healthcare in Ontario. I found this information to be pretty shocking, but I've never lived in another province to be able to compare the healthcare systems. And with her experiencing both as a mom and a nurse, I would say that her opinion is pretty accurate. And number 5, the cost of living was lower. She was so happy that she was able to do much more with her money. And as a realtor, I can say that this is definitely true with the median home prices. Well, if you want to know more about why I love Edmonton, go ahead and check out my video, 15 Reasons Why I Love Edmonton. If you found this video to be helpful, go ahead and click that like button and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.